Hey class, so this week part of your assignment will be doing a color application. We are going to be using conditioner, and that is exactly what I would have done when we were in class. I would have had you do this using conditioner just to practice with it first. I'm pretty sure some of you might have a mom, maybe a dad, an aunt, a sister, somebody at home, or even yourselves that are doing color and probably have some crazy regrowth right now, some crazy gray roots or whatever's growing in, who knows. If you do learn how to do this properly and your parents or your mom or someone says, yeah, go for it, then there's no reason why you can't do that on them, but get permission first. What I want you to do is just use conditioner, so we're not going to get into any trouble. Just conditioner. If you do this successfully and you feel comfortable and someone at home does want you to actually color their hair, then go for it. But use these techniques, because a lot of the time when you're applying color and you're just slapping it on a head, you're not applying it evenly, and that makes a big difference in how the color turns out overall. Okay, so some of the tools you're going to need, and I know a lot of you won't have a lot of this stuff, but I really want you to do your best to make up for that, okay? You will definitely need conditioner. I mixed together some old conditioner that I hate and some dandruff shampoo that was my dad's when he was visiting me last year. So I mixed the two together, whatever is going to work, okay? Don't use really good stuff at home. Don't waste any product. You might even have some old moisturizer, something that'll work, but this definitely is great. It also can work as a really good conditioning treatment if somebody at home has a really dry scalp. So you could sort of get two out of one. The other thing you're gonna need is a brush. And again, I know some of you might not have a brush. Make do. Do you have any paintbrushes at home? Is there anything you can use like that? Even painting the house, like anything, painting the house, painting pictures, something like that. A blush brush could work. Check out your makeup kit. Something has to work. So I'm gonna really hope you can all figure something out for that and just do your very best, okay? Worst case scenario, you can section and just maybe use your finger, okay? There's always some way that's going to work. Again, we're just using conditioner. You'll need a bowl, so any bowl at home will do. I already have my conditioner in here mixed with my dandruff shampoo, a brush, and a styling comb, okay? I've already gone ahead and started this, so just to save some time. So we're gonna start with the step one. The first step would be create quads. We all know what quads are, I'm hoping by this point. So it's 4 sections around the head. So mine are pretty even, okay? So again, if you don't remember, you're gonna start from the middle. We find the middle by finding our nose, section all the way to the very back of the nape, okay? From there, we're gonna go to the top of the head. That's the highest part of the head. 1 finger behind the ear. Okay, we're gonna do that on both sides. And from there, you created 4 sections. Those are our quads. The next step is to load your brush, okay? So I'm just gonna stir together my little concoction here. Alrighty. And when we load our brush, you know, if you're in a salon, the worst thing anybody could do is go through 3 or 4 tubes of color, because that's usually a waste of color. So it's kind of like when you polish your nails, you don't want your brush dripping with product. So you want to be a little bit neat about it. So I've dipped it in. I'm actually going to clean the brush a little bit and just leave a little bit. That's what we call loading our brush, a little bit on the brush. So the back side's actually really clean. So I'm not going to be messy at all. And the first step in this is we're gonna actually just paint out, we call it the T. So we've created our quads, and if you actually look at it, it looks almost like a T. So I'm gonna actually paint that T first, okay? So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna take my brush, I'm gonna keep my brush flat, go right up to the part, okay, and paint that right out. I'm gonna do that all the way until I get to the bottom of this section. Bear with me. There we go.
When outlining your quadrant partings, start with the T-zone. I applied the conditioner from the scalp approximately 1 inch out. If you are more familiar with centimeters, I believe it's about 2.5 centimeters. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's about it. If this were an actual color, Then you would be applying the color from scalp all the way down to where the grown out color begins.
Now I'm going to do the same thing on the sides here. Okay. Now normally we wouldn't even be putting clips in here usually in the salon, and you don't have to use them if you don't want to. If you can just carve out your T, you don't have to, okay? I'm just gonna do it for the sake of just showing you how to do this. And this is the other T. And I think my girl is gonna fall over in a second, but I'll try and hold her up. Alrighty, so we painted out our T, nice and easy. So it should look just like that. I'm hoping you can kind of see that. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm gonna pick a quad to start with. So I'm gonna start with this corner quad. And honestly, it doesn't really matter which one you start with. If somebody, for instance, did have a lot of gray though, I would always start in the front because that's where usually a lot of people have most of the gray and you want to get more coverage. So let's start in the front. I'm going to start with this corner quad here, so the front, okay? And the first section I'm going to take is going to start from the middle of this quad. Just want you to see that. And I'm going to kind of think of it as, I'm going to be taking sort of diagonal sections all the way down. So kind of like a piece of pie, a piece of pizza, sliced pizza. I always like to relate everything to food. You guys know that. So I'm gonna take a nice little section, not too thick. I'm gonna lift it and I'm going to, again, flat against the head, cover those roots. I'm gonna do the same thing here, nice and thin. If you take your section too thick, what do y'all think will happen? And I know if we were in class, most of you would know this. If it's too thick, you're not going to get an even color coverage. So just say you're dyeing your hair blonde, you're lightening your hair blonde, and you're taking super thick sections. What's going to happen is you're going to have spots and dark spots. You're not going to evenly apply color to the hair. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm literally flat against the head, taking nice thin diagonal sections and working my way down. Okay, you can see. It's really neat. You guys don't have to rush. You're gonna be doing this with conditioner, so please take your time. Now, if you practice this and it works out amazingly well, and somebody at home wants you to color their hair, please do that. Send me pics of that. Send me a before and after. If you're not shy, just take a quick little video and show me. That would be awesome too, okay? You can do step-by-step photos, whatever you're comfortable with. So we're gonna do that with this. Okay, and we're gonna do this all the way until we get to the bottom. I'm gonna dip in for some more color. Let's get rid of this. All the way down. Does it seem easy enough? I'm sure it does. So again, we're just doing the root area. Now just say you have somebody at home that maybe does want their color retouched and you do this method, which is a method we use in the salon all the time. Okay, one second here. Now I'm just gonna work on the other side. Just gonna go to the other side right away. Okay, so if you're gonna start with the front, do the front, and then head to the back. If you're gonna start with the back, do the back, and then head to the front. Okay, so I'm going to the other corner, diagonal, and I'm gonna work my way down. So like I was saying, if you are gonna do someone at home, they happen to have color in their hair, and you're retouching their roots, and what that means again is they have a regrowth of natural hair. They've got natural hair growing in and the rest of the hair is colored. So someone at home, like myself, might have some gray. I just did mine last week and I'm really happy because it was looking horrible. So just say there's some gray at the roots and some natural hair color and their ends are colored. You're just applying this to the roots, okay? Maybe they need to freshen up the color on the ends. So maybe you would just apply the color for 30 minutes on the roots and 10 minutes on the ends, or maybe 35 minutes on the roots and 5 minutes on the ends, okay? Check to see what you're using. I'm sure if it's your parents' color, they're gonna know because they've been doing it for a while. If you're not sure, you're welcome to call me or, email me. Your parents can email me and ask me. But again, we're just using conditioner, and that's only for those parents that are brave enough to allow you to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna do this all the way through and continue this.
Watching the ocean with you, baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the...
Continue with the 2 back quadrants. Make sure to take thin subsections, applying the conditioner from the scalp. Again, approximately 1 inch, or centimeters, about 2.5 centimeters. Overlap the partings to ensure proper saturation.
Good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. And I'll be running, possessed by a low, low voodoo. Fired up like a wolf on a full moon. And we're stuck in a la la land. The tides will turn without us. And I'll be killing time like I might be a cartoon. Take it in real life like haiku. I know we got the good vibes when pieces fall right into place. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Play me like a bass guitar. Simmer down and mess me up. Tripping
So you
like
can
a
see here, all the quads are done, all the roots are done. Check to make sure that they're fully saturated. If we were in class, I would be checking to see if there were any dry spots or anything. So this is what it should look like. This and goes like that, but it works. So again, just say you were doing somebody that did have color treated hair, and just say it was a color like a brown or a red or a color that had really faded. A lot of the times what we would do is do the roots, maybe let them sit on for 35 minutes, and then we would run it through maybe the last 5 or 10 just to freshen up those ends. We are just using conditioner, so just remember that. And what I would like you to do is maybe take some step-by-step photos of this and just post them to your Instagram account. Okay, that'll be one of the best ways that I can see that you've done it. I'm gonna check off that you've done it. I'll probably give you some comments, some feedback, and we're good to go. Alrighty, so this is sort of part 1 of this week's work. And yeah, I hope this works out well for you. So let me know if you have any questions, just email me.